Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Friday with Fiona. Gosh, it's dark. Doesn't feel that dark to me. Let's see if I can put some. Well, it doesn't make any difference. Um, anyway, welcome to Friday with Fiona. And today's a really quick and easy project to make a 2026 calendar. And I'm using one of my favourite bundles, well, sweets, because I'm using the designer series paper as well, which is the Peace on Earth and the Peaceful Garden paper. And these are the dies using the doves. So it's not going to take very long. Now, we used to have a set and we would stamp the calendar out, but that was retired a couple of years ago. So I just bought this calendar in the Card Factory, and it's got a page for a month, and I have got a couple of them. So when you spend £25 in my online store before next Wednesday, then you can qualify for the kit if you would like one. So let's get cracking. I'm just going to go down to my hands. There we go. Okay, so I started off with, I'm using Secret Sea because that is in the designer series paper. It's Secret Sea and cloud cover. Is it cloud cover? Cloud, sure it's cloud cover. I just love it. The other side is that, which doesn't do anything for me. So I'm going to use that. I've got two doves cut out, one of each type, and they are just gorgeous. When you spend £25 in my store and you get the kit, you get a full tutorial with photos and measurements and everything, but I will just give you the measurements as I go along. So I cut a regular size card base, so 21 by 14.8, scored in half at 10.5, and that is mainly so it'll stand up. And then this little bit of, this is the two-tone, is 4 by 10, and I've scored it 3 times at 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5 centimeters, or an inch if you're in imperial, and that will go in here. No, the other way around, to stop it from, I don't know if you, it drives me bananas when cards splay and kind of collapse, so that will stop it from doing that. So basic card base. Then I've got a piece of basic white. You could emboss this if you wanted to, or use some of the textured one. I have got some textured one, but I don't know where it is. This is 9.5 by 13.8 because I just wanted to have a frame of the Secret Sea. So I'm going to pop that on with my Seal Plus so that it doesn't come off over the year, because I do want this to last. I'm going to do that. Don't normally use as much Seal Plus because it is expensive, but as I say, I don't want it to come off during the course of the year. Okay, so I'm going to pop that, try and get it straight, see if I can line it up with my grid paper. Stuck to me. Okay, just need to get that a bit straighter. There we go. I've got some rough edges, so I'm just going to use my bone folder. If your blade is in need of changing, it will start to kind of create these rough edges. Just go over with your bone folder. Then I've got my piece of designer series paper, which is the Peaceful Garden. The Peace on Earth bundle is on the last chance list, but the paper is carrying over by the looks of it. It's full price. So this piece of designer series paper is 8.5 centimeters by 12.8, and that's going to have a frame of the white. So I'm just going to do exactly the same. Put some Seal Plus. This really is a quick and simple. I mean, it used to take ages when we were using our own stamps. It was fun, but it did take a long time. But using a ready-made one is much simpler. Okay, so there we've got our white frame. Okay, and then I took the calendar, measured that, and then I've got a piece of Secret Sea, which is 8.9 by 6.3, and then piece of basic white. Again, I might trim that down a bit actually, because I want to see the designer series paper. So let me get my little mini guillotine. So my Secret C piece is 6.3. No, it's not. 9. Oh, what am I doing? 8.9 by 6.3. And I just want to have a little bit showing. Actually, do you know what? I think it's going to be easier to glue it on and then just trim it rather than trying to work out all the measurements. Okay. And I just want a little bit of the white as a border, not a whole. So I want you to be able. I want to be able to see the designer series paper because I love it so much. It's straight. There we go. So I can just trim this bit now. Fraction more. Okay, and then this bit. Perfect. Just get rid of these little bits. Okay, and then all I've got to do now is glue the back of my calendar onto here. So again, I'm going to use Seal Plus. It's quite shiny, the back, so I'm going to put quite a bit on. There we go. And then each month you just tear your month off. I'm just going to need to bring it a bit closer to me so that I can line it up. There we go. Okay, and then obviously you'd pull that first bit off, and then you've got January. And so, last but not least, we're going to pop it on the middle. Where? You could use wet glue for this or telling tape, whichever glue you prefer. Okay, so I'm going to centre that. And then I'm going to do my doves, and I'm going to take my bum folder. You see they've got edging to it, and I'm just going to curve the wings a little. Whoops, not that much. It's just got a bit of dirt from my bum folder onto it. So I get my glue eraser. There we go. And that's going to go on there with a dimensional. Okay. Now, if you were posting this, you'd want to make sure that you didn't go over the edge, because obviously it won't fit in the envelope. However, I am not posting this. I am using it myself. Let's just curve these wings. There we go. Lovely jubbly. And then we want another dimensional. And that's going to come down the bottom here, so that the doves are looking at each, or maybe, I don't know, yeah, the top, I think. They can be looking at each other, so they won't be lonely. And then I've still got room to just tear each month without damaging the doves. Okay, now, as I said, I want to stop this from going like that because it drives me mad. So use my bone folder to give it a really good crease. And then I'm going to take this and I'm going to use some wet glue. I'm going to go on there. And it's going to go on there. then we're going to just guesstimating lining it up there. And then I'm going to, whoops, make it straight, fold it over, line it up, whoops, and fold that one down. And you can see I've got a little concertina going on there, and then that will stand like that, and it won't the most it will spread is that. So I'm really pleased with that, and that is going to stick on my shelf just above me. Oh, that's one thing I've got to do, is just put the eye on the dove. Oh dear, there we go. That wasn't a very good eye. I might put a gem on instead, a black gem. But I really love that. I love the paper, and it's a good way to have it around in my craft room all year. So that's this week's Friday with Fiona. Next week, I think I'm doing New Year, and I do need some New Year's cards. So I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm using. Probably using some alphabet dies. So yeah, I hope you can join me then. And yeah, we're getting close to Christmas now, so I hope you've got all your Christmas cards done. That's my job for this afternoon, is go and do all the postage on them. So have a lovely weekend, and I hope you can join me next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.